How is he going to do? Will he be able to sustain this sort of form in the freestyle changeover? And they're coming towards us now. They come down, heading straight towards our commentary box. They come round the bottom of the horseshoe, and then, as they say, hang a right and go to your pit. And in the pit, you'll see the skis are laid out there, ready for the transition.
They'll glide up right in between the two skis, take off either the right or left, and then take out their poles just like a biathlon skier does out of the range.
So, Philbrick, Brink, Estil, Bauer of the Czech Republic, Elofsson, they're all in the pits now. Verpalou, Matti Fredriksson, Pietro Pilacotra, Jack Mai, Chris Freeman in the top 10 going into the pits at the moment. And Teichmann just behind Chris Freeman with Martin Kugel and Sodergren. You're watching there Matti Fredriksson make the change. That's probably Frodo still clicking in. This is really important. And we'll try and give you this pit stop, as I said, as they go out there. And it's the man wearing 11, that's Jörgen Brink for Sweden, who goes out ahead of Philbrick, who is ahead of Sweden's Matti Fredriksson wearing 2, ahead of Pietro Pilacotra. That's a good move from Pietro Pilacotra. He's done that extremely well to be up in the top 5, and we've already emphasized how good a skater he is. Axel Teichmann, look at that, and there are the pit stop times. I was talking about 28 seconds, and they've been training. That's impressive.
Coming into the skate leg, what are your impressions so far?
Well, my impressions, first and foremost, is don't you just love this form of racing?
I think it's excellent. Now we're seeing him, okay, he's taking off his classic ski, sliding in, slipping into his skate boots. They're a little bit harder, the bindings, to get into. Down, got his skate poles, out of there.
And that was Oddbjørn Helmeset taking us through the transition. And it's the yellow hat of Pietro Pilacotra who has the advantage at the moment. Pietro Pilacotra from Sappada, the same hometown in Italy as the great Silvio Fauna, who was the hero of the 95 World Championships in Thunder Bay. Really, Pietro inspired by Silvio Fauna. He is, of course, a World Cup winner in his time, winning the 50-kilometer freestyle in Holmenkollen. And that's a very special roll of honor on which to carve your name.
Holmenkollen coming at the end of the season every year. It's like a tradition back in Scandinavia. The course is lined with families that stay out there all night. It's a very, very special place to win at.
And if you win, you get to meet the king, who personally congratulates you. Look at Lukas Bauer wearing 5 for the Czech Republic in there, right in the mix of it. 12 moving up is Axel Teichmann on the left-hand side of your picture. He's just travelling behind Jens Philbrick, his own teammate. Travelling behind him on the left-hand side, we're still looking. That's Matti Fredriksson. And also there, just trying to pick up who that was. Looks like Marcus Hassler of Liechtenstein. And he was the quickest freestyler in the Lahti World Championship. So that's really interesting that Hassler is going that well. Chris Freeman's still in the pack there, but this is where we're also looking out for Carl Svensson, and I think he's there in that group.
He's in the lead group. There was a question if could Carl Svensson hang, and if he could, there was going to be great things happening today. To me, the biggest thing about the 10K portion of this is that the classic skiers, I don't know if they've really made themselves be felt. Maybe the pace was enough that it's thrown a lot of lactic in the legs, but I think this is shaping up to suit both the sprinters and the skaters.
Now, the first 10,000 meters, Torrin, in the classic style, that was tended to be a rolling trail. What about this 10,000 meters?
So as we're going on to the 3.3 kilometer east loop, which gets that big climb that it has in the 5K loop, it's going to start climbing very, very much in earnest from about 800 meters until about 1,800 meters, a climb of about a kilometer. From there, it's more or less rolling downhills into the stadium. But I think it just like we were talking about earlier, it really presents an opportunity for somebody that wants to strike early and take it right over the hill, or those who want to just try to cover somebody's move and make something happen a little bit later.
But it is Jens Philbrick from Oberhof who still has the advantage, although Peter Kotter just getting back, and Bauer of the Czech Republic in third place. Well, Petro Pilacotra doing the perfect job at the moment. This is where I think he's got to stay at the moment. He's got to stay out in front, keep himself out of trouble.
It looks like he's maybe trying to string it out, perhaps even win, trying to go away. I'd be surprised, though, if the field doesn't really, truly try to cover all his moves. They know what Pietro Pilacotra can do.
Chris Freeman being shadowed by Axel Teichmann. Axel Teichmann, nice and quiet, didn't get involved during the classic leg, looking for that second gold medal. Rather like Christina Smeagan yesterday when I went down to have a chat with her at the end of the race. And I think you remember we said that we thought she was smart. Well, the first thing she said to me was, I was smart.
Maybe it's a good sign that we haven't been talking about Axel Teichmann. You know, maybe he's just been that unassuming guy, but we all know what he's capable of.
Yeah.
This move by Pietro Pilacotra off the front looks like it's really made, like this is his move. He's going to go early when other people weren't thinking about it.
Yeah, Pietro Pilacotra, as you said, he's got an Olympic relay silver, fifth in Salt Lake City in the 30 kilometers freestyle. In the World Championships, well, again, he's been there or thereabouts, but his real medals have come as a member of the Italian relay squad in the championships. It's that individual medal that he so desperately wants. And I think you're looking at total commitment now. He's not going to hang about. He's going to try and get away from them. And the real question is whether this sort of pace is going to cost him, particularly on the third climb up to this monster peak on this freestyle leg. But he's really turned the screw.
You know, if he has the lead, though, I think there's something, you know, you just know that the Olympic gold, the World Championship gold is right out in front of you, and the fans can spur him on, and it's very inspiring to be out there and just race like that.
Well, it's also very interesting. I mean, in Salt Lake City, he were in the first half, the classic leg, he was 23rd. He was second quickest, only second to Thomas Ulsgaard on the freestyle 10,000 meters. That was on those tough, hard trails at 2,000 meters. So the tougher it is, in a way, the better it is for Pietro. And this is very, very determined skiing.
I have to believe for Pietro Pilacotra probably knows these trails as well as anybody.
28 years of age, absolutely at his prime. And we're going to see rather a lot of Pietro Pilacotra. I do hope our director here, our host broadcaster, keeps us in touch with what's happening behind. That's a very big gap. That camera angle foreshortens the sort of distance that Pietro Pilacotra has opened up. And Pietro Pilacotra, Philbrick, Bauer, Brink, Chris Freeman, Teichmann, all in the hunt at the moment.
You can just see how rhythmic he stays. Even when he's making a break, able to stay like, you can just see the rhythm, the flow, and the chase pack. I don't know, they got him in their sights.
I was going to say, they've all reacted now to Pietro Pilacotra as we come into the stadium. Still 6,600 meters to go once they turn the corner, which is what Pietro Pilacotra is doing now. And this is a quick time as well. And there's the differential. And leading the group at 13,300 meters.